na wo ben president no start you busuani na enimguase kanu a e kan wo fe ene wo busua yesrew eye de ya Mahama besa ba power 2025 ono no obehye sise man dia maye yesrew se obi di approach sem bi ba so odi begu papa no ho fia court edan no ho so your journalistic work fine but say who begu papa no fin intentionally say ebema ni political opponent e di agina so ase Ghana for adwen esremo enyidi edin yi obi panyin a omoma akonya no ana tumi no emuyefo eye mre ema wo mo no eye mo a wo ben the old tumi no se obenya amane a efrimo se onya amane nso a efrimo so ye bebo ne ho ban a efrimo se ye mmo ne ho ban so a efrimo yesremo on try I'm protect papa no pama e ya crowd minia we na mesi ye koto abade amama Mahama because ye man kofo we mutna wa ebeye anakra na dunyoma say ya story say ya no mabeka no moko and people will not be held accountable minia sisa wonsa sisa wadwen na yenso Mahama enhwe since ebekwa akoso ba omia ahwe because Mahama ebeboahe a enrichi ye demo person ni atiase. He is going to be the first person. You see, the guy no or ye records in the history no Ghana president BNUA no wu akonya so. Or no president wu akonya so or baba bidi ye. Or no so the first president ye tu na free akonya so all stand back. It is the biggest chance for Ghana to build a strong democracy is to allow Mahama to come back so that we know I was a politician use Mahama as a case study. Ye the Mahama besua de na oye adesua sonko e wo Ghana politics ni mo. Say ye mistake. Na sa opportunity we eslepo a minianom Ghana ye nyasa opportunity we be view. The reason here and confobi number be third force near Dinginano, you say they hold this idea say Omunina yepe. Why don't you commit this 4 years here every day from after 2025 to 2028 no? Adding na mumma fa 4 years. Anye biano nipa na yesi ye kofa na ba no. Ni modimbo or boy within 4 years no. Eye far better than Baomiani ne Kufuado. Yet they are not one China. He has become like I don't know. Wababe ye adiasrum kubi e wo yaman you stebinimu. I was say Ghana ye de Mahama sunya de. And what's the yedini suya di ominuano? Mahama abeye opportunity kesie dia aye. Asa abeye opportunity kesie e dia ma. A friend say in Chirima. Prophet Masaba.
31st they say now ye killing for the last aka some 8 minutes na Ghana for more room. Now yeah, something like that. Na Ghana crowd them say aka wana na Ghana for room intino. Yeah, e de enche bia na room. Omonso bebre nso room. Na ye che obi bia afene kwa wiye. Ejebo. Ijari na abedru ha say sometime. Na saa suban na mo ba ya mo share page no mo like na just ye be catch them no mo jani nyina wo 2024 2025 ye me pa obi acho. Yes, you say you're right to say what person will share, but ye ba ye me pa obi acho oba ye catch you say share no wa share, ye catch you say like ya no I like it, but ye me pa obi acho inti wa wonim adepa no a wo se wonye no saa suban no ja eto 2024 ni mo. If it's a 2025 no something different ebe happen. Yetna ha ya hyem nkompi mo anye ani esan se ye mfa bibia ntare ye minimu ye moyo ho safo hene se ye sofo intino monye ni yate ase. That's your right, but asem bia yetna ha ka bia nso no so obeye no kwafo de ama ho a me katrem on se abato no mia me nia osori osi o abane de na honhom bi ye dai etechi nya honhom bia na techi o mo a modi yechi ache no metena asa platform we so katrem se amanfo yo omo adwen se omo nkoto abane mfa majo mahama menye me problem ena wo mpese obeto ama mahama enye me problem nemum no abosia ebe sori akoto aba no won se abana akoso Ghana no enipa ni pi enti ase den NDC4 etime wini by 2 million votes margin onti ase on yehuye nti aye ka se mo ankoto aba no enu nti na amanfo nim se omo ankoto aba no a ebe ha obi ha obi awo abosia enipa na omo sori koto aba no omo nye Ghana vo omo nye Ghana vo because bebia na oman na dru no na kia ne ke na abosia ne sori ye na omo sori ne duduo mu ekoto aba no ankoma okromfo chance abana yeto ye no amma obi oye kromfo chance onim de ntia mega za no senke koma okromfo ni chance say mahama ebiti baumia by even 400,000 votes me sinka kromfo no ebeye na adwen say onu di onyai krono ni bo me husa manfo kasa ena abano ena die NPP for no TikTok mo kasa I swear to God mo be kasa sa for 32 years enti monko na monko bie mu minimum because mumu nimu ntia abusia na omo sore to abano omo nya nayo omo da so nenam kro ni mu enti ye mo adwen se NDC4 be feli NDC4 be fail na mo afa ho dia berry biscuit enya dwuma because NDC4 no ankasa no a abosia no to abama awo mo no abosia no to mo fo se uyi unemu no wa nsempabo am protect unemu no a ye abosia no ye betwitwa unemu nti NDC4 no ankasa no omo asempabo ena omo di agro wa abosia nim no enye saa abosia twawo a yakra since ye de sika ye twawo they are aware. Where final words Aya de ma wona wo de ewura 2025 ni mu. Data mechia obi bia Dauda Rashid, Freddie Okanse, Tema Edikote, ye chiao ye dawase. Ohima Kresi, Letitia, Efua, Nilate, and Tanyima, Osman, Sari, Albert, Quason, Rooney, Snizzle. Yet you'll be bia wabaha woshe. And yet the normal time I made the banting, definitely the algorithm will not work to our favor. But sewo per se, a man for the brain so etia sorry so more those or my day. I understand. It is late. So a lot of the people they are not by their phones. But so we engage one, it will wake them up. Ima Asare, Happy New Year. And Happy New Year to Bibi Awabaha. Elizabeth Yeboah, Deborah, Erica Siedu, Yacho Bibi Awabaha. Na 2025 no, a bay mega. Yes, sheho. Yes, dream 1 or 2. Mudi Brunyano, Ubien no crow and I been say. Obebano about the may in soon poede. Edianum, and so sanko fuimo. Omoa no more sorry bahana more fire. But unyano a friend is a ne akoko namdie. One kai loud silence media, one kai and koto. 2025, Sasuban moon from Remubio. 2025. Ye mona mo be support to loud silent media no. Many nyina mo. E wo se mo demon to boaba because ya so mo sa from fie pitipiti. Mo financially e wo se mo na mo so loud silent media. Mo so ase. Mo na wo se mo di musika e support enye ye na ye betena ha sei na no ene wo se san di sika ye de e san support ade no oti azie enti e wo se nyina ye boa any means possible I'll be to me di aboa no just try and help na de bia ye dase no emwa emma page ni nyina because enye ye dase ene edi tua live bill ene enye ye dase ene edi tua TV na wohwe no e wo Ghana ho no enye ye dase se amba TV sumpo a de bia no internet no a ye de ba no yes ono so beka se ono so de ni internet na ye de ehwe oso de internet na ehwe wo but adwuma ekomu ansa na wo watimi de internet na behwe no you have no idea enti se wa ban se wo ba because of say we NDC ni ena wa ban aba power eno nche say wa ban aba power nti no you have to come back and support 2025. Letitia Foster, I'll say of course you are right, we support from the US. Okay, that's support why that's a Intimidianum 2025, you know, a bay mega. A luta continua Victoria Aseta. Tanyima. A luta continua Victoria Aseta. Enti, ye mesha unkomo. Ye mama mesha unkom. Limpo. Tamago. Yeah, man, may show come. I'm not here to prophesy to you. But ye catch you say, Yenya asofo ni media kuhwisa munche no. Ene ye de crab afọ de ema asofo e de gye nunyam. Otiase ye de crab afọ de ema ne asofo na eku ho ntokwa. Na eche se me ho odinsin enkofo bi nyame. because enioma ye ne yete wa ye di banku wi a ye beka no obi ebekyi ne yam kom 3 months na onhu ye but otie ensem a ye kana na odinani eto fom a afi no abeti ase se ensem no a ye ka no emum no eye no kre. So ye kind of plan natural. Closing the friends say the year no. Nana Jantuan and Nkofo a mote Ghana Kumasi ho. Ye o more time o na ye nyan start here. Nkwasiafo nyamo na mo bekyere mahame ko onfa so mu Ghana man no. You have no idea how the man came, or how the man was elected one more time. Mote ho o se o fa o Nana Jantua wafa Ghana Asante flag eno wafa se wo Asante man hu hian inti Asante flag na obehimu a kone kotena mensia na him Asante flag ye meso so nkwasi asem so bie o pese wanwona asem hian wa ko wanwona mamu ne koye wanwona asem ye de ye ka Ghana asem na ya no bi ede ne nkwasi a tribe bi ede aba betwitwan o my Ghana animu ye betre se o tribe no e beto o my Ghana no. Limpo, thank you so much. Thank you very much. It's a heartwarming. Roberta Lamptey, thank you so much for your support emotionally, physically, financially, everythingly. Yedamu nyina mo ase. Enti omudi omontra Kumasi o mehu se o keka ono Nana Jantua ne kase ena wuntimi mpamo Charlotte se eye friend Mensa ena wuntimi omonye bibia kwasiafo Charlotte se eye bibi Charlotte o se oye bibi na kufu ado pamo no na mu ye nyansafo a eye den na oman no ye say Charlotte say on corruption according to Stephen Adair no say eye corruption na obetimi de yi omonti ne say ye yi Charlotte say no eye corruption ti ene ye yi Charlotte say efri ho na eye den na Charlotte say aboga na ka wo wia Ghana sika na ye jai no 8 years ni na oninam Ghana ho na oso ti Ghana ho ti Kumasi ho muti Ghana ho ti Kumasi ho wo ti Ghana ho ti Kumasi ho pese wo kire se Charlotte say awia Ghana sika ene ya pamo no internet se Ghana no inti operation recover all loot no a Mahamadi aba no nanka obi afa kwati kwan so wafa Ghana ade yesi ye Mahama bai no wayi nipa no every office wonti no krono no a nipa na bono onfa sesika ne nko ade ya yeyi nadi abuofunu so wo maame ena wasi company ena odi obi ato ano na nipa na di sika no a anka obeka se obeyi nipa na di no okọ na onkope sika na nipa na di na kira kwan. Is that how you guys want us to run the country? Entene wo Nana Jantua be kantre Mahama se me enen se na me hwe ni video bi e pop e ba ne feed mu ade ya ai Mahama no ye ntwan bi o sa excuses no hwe ai o ka so obetumi aye enti ne de ma o nam se hwe ni Jimmy bi mo de mo Jimmy de hwe ni Jimmy bi ana mo fi se Mahama win nti ye jate ni die ni wo ye chi share Ghana ni ente me power chawase Ghana ni panyo abofra o de oti ase ne se wa Jimmy ka chen se wa Jimmy na afi wa hwe ne ho na wo se na me na janto ama bodwe ana ma me nka bibi nkyerem mo you guys on em se mu hu dwene wo mitiri mu enti mu fi se bia me akwa ketewa bi o ebi kwa na janto ano me wie senior high school kura ja no wo chase adwen boni ntina ma mutiri hu nyina fu dwene no Ghana honum no nipa dodo no mutiri hu afu dwene no adwen boni ene lack of nutrients enti se wo hu se sa boys no edija omo ho ne abodwi afede ene young guy over 40 years kra na ne hu nyina da ne dwen adwen boni ne lack of nutrients. I'm telling you. Kofon mebre omo 35 years 32 years small boys 35 years 37 years enso the three hu nyina afu dwene because Ghana say hey now you young guys na mo nyina mo why you dwene. Now how are we going to differentiate between morning kokрафo and then mo tete radio so mo na mo betre kwanya mahama emfa so mebu na memu he yenkoyo ye wa ha o mo refi yenkoye yenko be bia obi mi anom we still there around until na jantoa mo adwuma ye sa mo ye adwuma ni ya ye nimu ni how na say mo ba be prepare nkofo na dwen towards distraction towards as if say mo na mo campaign mo na mo de mahama baaye inti mo na mo be kire ni obeye Ghana fo no na akoto abade ama mahama na nya afi na Ghana fo be kire enu nti na me after say mahama ye elect no once ma betra ha me ka to say mahama ye A mahama ye B mahama ye C onim ne nti a onyansani bie no oyesa se afi na wo be ka kire mahama se onye ABC dia na e kire se wo abra na mahama e kasa se koto abama no wantie because utie na akoto aba woto abama no unim ne oba beye wo chase unkodi tomato e friends e jollof hudwa unkodi jollof hudwa unkodi abekwan hudwa katenkwan hudwa na wo wia wa bebu sanse na die ba aduane ne yebe no yin e die ba aduane ne yebe no na die ba aduane so ne kodi hudwa no wakodi fufuo hudwa odi fufuo ne hudwa na ba bedru fi na wo sa bebu sa question se e die ba aduane ne yebe no ye ba benoa nchachra ye de banchene bode eni meko ni kotudwe ni ade no ye de ba benoa nchachrawa inti mahama edwano a okodi edwano a wakwa akodi no before see ye man scam na kodi se edwano na yini maduane a oba benoa ti mahama onim na duane no adadawo wa peni jane ne ko pot ne BBS ho dadawo enyem kwasiafo a eka monko na nka Ghana asei na momo tribe eti ho enye no ho asem ne beka no ha. I tell you me say mo ena mo akofa e dia beka Ghana fo hwe ekufo ado mo antimi anka sanche se he na ono janto ale to se mahama enye se ne echu kwasiafo de na momfa the same tone momfa the same tone enkasa ntre e friend say ekufo ado chese kwasiafo pawo pa na ba o yoma unim yoma donkey no waba nti enchichire nkwasia nyoma nyina ne emfa nso ano donkey na ba yoma na ba efunu mu no efunu ponko no waba oni efunu mu ya didua bo no kra wonte mahama no wasaba kwasiafo nti na mahama ka kire yense wo yodwan funu no nti kwasia bia na ofa ne sekan a na odi abetwa no nti mo twitwa no ama ne onte ya ompo woni hwedie mu enne odwan no waba bio power pani no amotete ntosuo gu ne so 2016 ade ba 2012 we win elections enso mu nyina mo kama no sinu se Mahama ye kromfo we wi abamu woni Afarijan wi abamu the same Afarijan na no eduru 2016 a mo ekofichirifichiri Electoral Commission no mo kopɛ nkofo ma ombe hack into Electoral Commission system no ye declare abama mo de eno de nyemo ne Afarijan ne ball kro no media doma beto so eyo pa na ba o nti obi amfa ne ball ne mra emfa megu Mahama so nti enne nkwasiafo asofo nyina ekasa se ya anto aba ma o se bechichi amanfo na ye to aba se be fa dollar no efa bra also be $30 no so na Akufo-Addo no ye campaign a o ka se $1 $1 in kofo en hwan $1 $1 cedi Akufo-Addo no odina simpie so e dollar mpo ye campaign no mo antimi and demand accountability and free no ho asia for mo fisi e betena ho bio na janto amo you have to be very careful money mo put sa rade we haven't moved an inch. We haven't. Ye move ye. She ye waha ye bo power for ho ban. Ye ma power ni no. O mfa won kwase anyoma bia enso anu ma ne kon emebu da bi. Ye power activists. Power activists ye nie. Enne power na ba. Nti kwase bia ti anafo ne apoye. Etifi ni atoye no asoa ne mura. No ache wa bone bede. Na odi abetai power Mahama ko wachi. Se tani ni de wo ya aboa yemfa nnwoma nku no. Yemfa nnwoma nsoa no. Na Akufo-Addo akatia ni mpo na muntumi nka na asem. Akufo-Addo no se yemfa bibia ntonten physically Mahama eni Akufo-Addo gina wa anka hwan omumu hwan na obefre no e de ball ahye ne nsem se onkoto nguma physically mi busa se Mahama ni Akufo-Addo gina ho na wa de tantan bia hwan nanka wo de sa de tantan no ebe hye ne nsem e de asoa ne se onfa nkoto ball aso mfa ma ho moya nkwasiafo amoni sei no kra no ehu ade papa osofo bia anase obi bia obegina baabi no aka tse Mahama se oka se obetete $1 so $20 so no ye ni problem ma Akufo-Addo enu on the seas ahomachina ofri so no enkwasiafo monka nche Akufo-Addo se 2016 na ye 3.8 mo pa ye 2 cities beka ho amamo friends 20 pesos beka ho amamo na ya jano 4 cities Akufo-Addo onfam free 14 cities no asese ye wo no onfam mameto 4 cities onya de beto 4 cities Mahama de ba beto 50 pesos asiafo dokuno no amosi Mahama so oba betete so no ene ye 5 cities no monfa nko back 2016 ye to abani wi ye na dokuno 50 pesos ni na baabi no omobo wo de ye nka ne kese dokuno 1 cedi Mahama yes obet ye be manate dokuno no so but on famra back baabi na Mahama ja no Sanya Mahama Jan no. Ekufado mfa meto ho. Onfa dollar ni meto ho. Onfa petrol ni meto baby a Mahama Jan because wako wasaba kwa siafuo. Obi ma yento petrol. A whole gallon no. Yento 14 cedis. Na obi mefa a whole liter, 1 liter, enko 14 or 16 cedis no. Oh, beka kire Mahama say, ono na enye ono ene di ade ni koduru 16 cedis no. Ono mum famra ema medu 4 cedis mfama ho. Mo ya bodamfo na mgu kro ni mo. Pempe college na okotena ho no. Na okotena ho say ukosua economics ni say ukosua ni say. Sa mo Jimmy strategy na enya adwuma wo. Sa mo nkwasia strategy say ye said that be ye na mo be enya adwuma na me wo enkofo mo ye Jimmy fo wiase pa mi bi ta ye NPP fo. Mo aye mo gina baby sa aka semba ko sa ama okronfo ya ba be wiamo. Ediko muda so gina o kan the same asem. We gina baby faako. Adi nkwasirade saa. We twa atro saa ma wabrabo asɛe. NPP for adi atro de egu Mahama so saa agina wa menne Mahama no ugu nanimu ase ni nyina no watimi asaba ama Ghana for no a ugu nanimu ase de akire wo no etimi eti we atro no but omunim se wo ye kohwini nti o ma amfa nya adwuma eno makoto abade ama John Dramani Mahama ema memetena ha ka cho se Ghana for pa koto aba Mahmoud Baumia na Baumia etumi nya bese 40% se Baumia timi cross 40% a me nka Ghana politics ho asem bio me ka no ha ene Baumia channel 38.2 Wuti ho ene Mahama ye kronfo ene Mahama ye kronfo ene Mahama di mao ene Mahama di mao mo dina ho sama mo di sama or the 2 million votes e dia ba betumo otumu wie ya o se yankoto aba kwase obi ka cho se nkoto aba no Jimmy Kasa obi be ka kire o se nkonkoto aba obi ka cho se nkoto aba ba Mahama be ka cho se men nkoto aba no kwase afo mo de mo ntra ho na mo be ti kwan a sa 2 million gab no sa Mahama mo na mo se mo de 800,000 votes in the BT in 2016 into all the 8 years. Listen to this logic. Or the 8 years and or the T eka 800,000. Or the infant say mo na mo ka say 1 million or the 8 years at 1 million. Na se Mahama aba betwim over 2 million votes. Or the infant binchamo Mahama say watwim 2 million votes. Into say 1 million votes. Emma NDC etna opposition for 8 years. 2 million votes. Ebe mo atna opposition for how many years? 16 years. Na so atna opposition for 16 years as a political party. I know catch them. So oba begi to me. Edi efru bi ho. Asem when ma catch them no. 1:8. So 1 million is to 8 years. 2 million is to 16 years. That is the formula at all. More 169 seats, 2016. 169. 169. Ena, yo. Ena sotiye. Tio 169 esote ene bedu 135 2020 into 169 minus 135 ubenya say mombo mo amokra no mombo mame monya calculation monya mame difference ni say 169 minus 135 mulusu 34 seats mulusu 34 seats in 2020 elections no. In 2020 elections, as we speak, what is the total more? He say NPP4, sa 9 we say na omo koye ya omo di mu 7 so omo di amanko for no. She say NPP4 number of seats say no more. No, currently no NPP4 number of seats say no more say. And ne on say and ne is no kro no mo pese omo bo enye ye no. Our stories tintin a and no mo catch ya afi no. A friend say Michael Kwe nkomo pe kwan dia so because ne papa kromfo ero Michael Kwe no wo ye kromfo and at sa kro no kwan so no and o free Ghana politics no or de ne ba e be sha nan me nuanom adofo ye dam ase se mutie Loud Silence Media mutie Nkoto mutie Kevin mutie obi bia o sorry say obeti etua e wo akromfo aban wi so 2025 say wa ma atro ending kunim wo man Ghana so no me catch obi bia o to aba e ma mahama say atro ahokyere yare epinisie unhu bi e wo 2025 me sanka biu obi bia okodi line so na wo share say wo share ejapade document anim na wo to aba editia NPP ene baomia ne napo na ya ankoda nsori ama napo ama meye vice president no me se wo se yare bi ne da wo ni wabusuafo eso a aye yare kwanko a me se 2025 enye enmonyam hye enye odie afi enye ensira afi enye enkoso nkunimdie afi emfamam insanse wedi atro so nkunim na atro bia ewo wabrabo mu no atro bia yetwa ede agu so no mi gina John Dramani Mahama anemu ene mia nkasami anemu ene Loud Silence Media crew anemu catch you say senia wa ma yaw anye Ghana ni ya no unhu yaw ewo wabusuamu unhu yaw ewo ma abrabom unhu yaw ewo onkokrabom ewo omrewabom empo wanum aduboni mpo no senia ye nua ye wofa ya saponto woni nwum no se obenum aduboni na nso mu aboatia be frakaw na nso so se poison be kom no enyeyi esanse wama wabrabo no a ewie 2024 no the last month no wa ma Ghana meko anko Ghana ni a na se woti kru a meko anko ni a wonso meko no ebi nko wani na emum no yesre yedie na de mawo yesre yedie de mawo esanse wa ma animonyam asa be kata Ghana so bio te se de obi kan ya no se empo Mahama anya hwe amfa maya Ghana anya animonyam foforo bio ena Ghana asa ye tenten na menuanom obeye tenten e wo mfefo nyina mu obeye tenten Because Ghana bread for the past 8 years. Ghana bread. Eduma na nkebe fa unua bi e wa atiase jute factory Mahama ni India 4 years se omusi a e ka muremu no wo o vote ba kunti no di eduma e ba besi Ghana ni ana Ghana mrante ni mabawa enim. You see the John Mahama na mubehunu no. Oye new John Mahama. Oye new John Mahama. And yes, oye new say ne honam sunu na ye new. Che. Minya Latif say Mahama ebe surprise Ghana. Minya Mahama enye so be surprise Ghana o. Ye Ghana for no. Ya na ya surprise ye ho. Ne nipa bia nso o ma positive surprises a. Unya positive results. Diminia wa na wodua waburu. Na ebro no a wodi adwumaden ene serie adwempa ekodua ye no. Ebro ni bebo na obenya bi ne bebuso na obema me biadi. I am telling you. Yatna ha ya kan semba mun nyini. Ene de minim se ye kan se Mahama beba. Na mi Nick Mahama na share 1-on-1. Ewo program ase. Na me katren se ye mrante ne maba awa ye wo Ghana no ye wogidie wo mu. Na odi ehye bo keke se o maye ni entutu nka ye nsam. Eno se me shemu bo se meye die metumi. O se obeye die obetumi bia dia se ye nso enunyam. Beye die metu. Nya se we ni onyam. Ewo mahi. Ni eyimu o. No. Sa anyum no na makofa behyimu no. Timia, Mahama is not coming with any surprises o. Surprise na Mahama de ba no. Eno na wa wodi ama Ghana no. Wa kodua ebro. Na wodi ebro pa na ahyefom. Na wodi wa prepare wunsuo enu bibia. O fertilizer. Or weeding machines, or harvesting machines. Into why yes arrangement we are. And kotna or sofu binase. And more sofu no mekase. Oh, afidadia ubeke brobi brie. One kasa, why ya arrangement are ye dinya a brobi brie no every. I am telling you. Nemuno, the fact say when biano, and say. Odi share from no an EP. And no sa kasa ni bi na Mahama kasa se. Enkofo no mo bedo asase ne so no. Oma beye nkwase ade pii wo ho. Ye de abropa be hyefom. Na enso so enkoye mre maye fala asa. Ede na obeye okwani, de obeye ne se, wahu se asase ne nye. So tiase o kan se assassin wan ka se enkofo no asai nti mintumi nyo omblemu omo. He is only reiterating the fact ade ye nokre na ewo hono no enkofo no omo asai ade no nenso meye ne metumi. And a proof of say obey you betumi no in the history of Ghana, me catch them once me bo video bi. Me a series of videos bebre a me ankasa nsem o maka e dia for Mahama ne ne NDC abanya aba no. A ye di omu besi so enche bia no. Me won nsem pia maka me kotwitwa be catch them a mo be kase na ayese de me hyede mu a na me hu bibia o mirror mu. Onse me be ka bi kire mu. Be ka bi kire mu. Na me catch say 2025 Mahama besamba na sa journalist no a omo be di atro be kasa basa edugu Mahama hono na me catch Joyce Bawa Muktari say wo enim go ase ne ka Mahama wo ye ne busuani e ka wo first into obi bia wo di atro entoma ba be kata Mahama so no court dan si ho ye de ni be wuram te se de ni nua Ibrahim Mahama edi Manase Azore Awuni e court no afedie na opa acho se asem bia o tro se ni book mu no enye no krenti no obe correct mistakes no ya amfuna anko court a na nko waja sa phrase no sa statement no e wo book mu na ba be ye a stupid history na be da ho 10 years to come 10 years to come na enkoda ba be kase ye benya omanpanyi bia oton bank anase ni nia koje bisia o bank e ma bank no e boka on se Mahama ba power no a amanfo mu di atro good Ibrahim Mahama hono ma te se yese bank fo bi e pa Ibrahim Mahama achew o pa na chew say 8 years when me nyanza ngopa na chew yese Ibrahim Mahama no fa mo politics na mo ye no Ghana hono ana mo fi say ni nua be president ndi no wuska se ni nua be president ndi no wuska ni nua fi aban mu no 8 years ni nua fi aban mu no and no see a mega factory a obi ani bi e wo Ghana ho cement factory mo sikafo a omotototo Cartoon Network toys on say be ene madam ehunehunu amamfo eji Songo land ono nko a efum Ghana asase okobubu trade fair egu ye ese Raymond Acha ne machines ode ye ne printing ni ade because onim say Raymond Acha no or tilted towards NDC ntino say Raymond Acha eye a or discover support NDC ne Mahama campaign ntino yen crash sa nkofo no mo ye we nyina no won don't ya akwakusie so dia akwakusie ankosi bebia ene yesi odi eka ewo efrene say private one Magdan shipping Magdan deben aviation no say den and so Ibrahim Mahama for 8 years or to opposition yenti say in the private jet no use no waton ana wontimi ntofu amunu bio ana say ne jatasment no yatum minua se wodi adwempa eya ade a no political friends say must like tactics bia ombes ombobo do free system no ene benya ti media for money very careful because ye wa haya yenko bebia ni yenko bebia so ye wa ha ye tiemo
reshuffles are important because they enable you to bring fresh pair of hands into your government. And then somebody might not be performing in a certain sector. But if you reshuffle him and move him to another sector, you find that he finds his feet and performs better. So from time to time, a president might look at his cabinet and shift people around or drop some people and bring new people in. It is something that happens all over the world. We were advocating for the reshuffling of the finance minister because from as far back as 2019, we could predict what was going to happen. A finance minister comes into office and all he knows is to borrow on the international capital markets. And not only because that's all he knows, but also he benefits from the borrowing. Conflict of interest. His company, Data Bank, anytime government borrowed, received commissions on the borrowing. And so that was an incentive to borrow. So is it any surprise that in 6 years, this finance minister borrowed $13.5 billion from the Eurobond market? With all the projects and infrastructure I invested in my time in office, the total amount I borrowed from the Eurobond market in the 4 years was $3.5 billion. In 6 years, this minister had borrowed $13.5 billion. And that is what has put us in the situation in which we are. And if even that money had been put into productive use and infrastructure, we will not be sitting here and lamenting about this country. But most of that money went into consumption and into dubious projects that have brought no return to this country. And so if the president had reshuffled him earlier, we will not be in this mess that we are. MPP has very capable people. The only reason the president kept him in that office and refused to shuffle him is because he was his cousin. So you ask me, why haven't I congratulated the president for reshuffling the minister? The distraction has been done. In English, they say it's bolting the stable after the horses have escaped. When the man has finished kaputting the economy, you then remove him, and then you say, I should clap for you. I won't clap. I won't applaud him. He should have done that much earlier. Oforiatta should have been out of that office in 2019. I say President Kufuor FAB 40%. ADC.
Nti asem na da ho no. Enyoma no bi no wo keka, enyoma akoso o man no mu a na nadwanto a motena mu o mantumi anka no. Ebi no no. Enyoma no bi no no. What you say? Enti na nadwanto a eni mu a mo kasa no. Minia obi bia o kasa ena mahama ye de usi akonya ne so a ena de endien ono ankasa oye campaign akache me se ya mani sika ne dia amana kodwa so wadi gwa no onimaduane a obenoa tie.
As I conclude, before I take my seat, I want to reiterate some of the other commitments I made to the people of Ghana on the campaign tour. I want you to remember them so that you can hold me accountable when I come into office. I'll keep these promises when I assume office on January 7th, 2025, God willing. We will restore stability and inclusive growth in the economy, and we shall rejuvenate the almost collapsed banks and the financial sector. And this will involve sweeping reforms at the Bank of Ghana because the central bank itself has been a part of creating this problem. I'll create the foundation that will ensure that Ghana will never suffer such a deadly debt management program that threatens to send our elderly people holding government bonds to an early grave and wipe out the investments of the Ghanaian middle class. I'll prioritize local participation in the banking, financial, telecoms, mining, oil and gas, agriculture, manufacturing and construction sectors to generate more jobs for our youth. The Ghanaian young men and women we interact with on a daily basis and their colleagues in other African countries are simply tired of the jobless GDP figures. We will actively attract viable and serious private sector investors to partner government to invest in the productive sectors of this country for more jobs to be created. I will advocate strongly the return of investors who have left because of the poor management of this economy by NPP. This will involve an emphasis on agriculture and agribusiness and will have a strong focus on making Ghanaians own their own micro enterprises. I'll complete abandoned and ongoing projects instead of rushing to start new ones. We will carry out an inventory of all hospitals, schools, electrification, water, and road projects which have stalled or been abandoned, and we will make an annual budgetary allocation for their completion. Beyond the economic front, we will also be very strong on governance, because transparent and accountable governance at all levels remains an assured fuel that fires the socio-economic transformation of successful nations. In that regard, we will establish a governance advisory council to help improve political governance, curb corruption, and ensure the respect of human rights. This council will include representatives of civil society organizations, religious leaders, traditional leaders, and ordinary Ghanaians. And amongst others, they will be empowered to release a State of Governance in Ghana report every year. This report will guide government in fine-tuning our good governance record. And as I said already, I'll run the leaders but most efficient government under the Fourth Republic by appointing not more than 60 ministers and deputy ministers.
Asemo nyina waka eno ne akwohwa ho ayede ato abade amano. Intina na ja nto ane ne nkofo. Monti ase a obewu. Enti mo yese die na isi yempamo no Chief Justice yempamo no na ena die masa mutiri hu na keka mo. The first episode I be 2024 no. Sorry 2025 no. Ye betro kwan a nipa dasani e pamo Charlotte say. Unya time. Ye ba be ready all the accusations are ye debo allegations ni na ye debo Charlotte say. Any Charlotte say the responses are or demand all the 27 allegations. E basi ne we could not see enkwofo no a omo di petition koma ekufu ado no. Omo say omo ye aggrieved workers are omo isi ho but e basi ne yinim ni pakro. But omo say Professor Kwaku Asare, Professor Kwaku Asare, or de petition koma ekufuado say ompamo Chief Justice no, and no de ya bonidin, but de de koma ekufuado say yempamo Charlotte say no, and konfukura omode sa petition ni koye ebesi ne. NPP for no and na atro petition, and omode akọ. Eno moji enkofo mu fi se omuntumi nya adwuma ne mfama wo no na ya kankofo na asem saa omo entie omo ye omo adwen se de omo be ya na omo be ye o koto aba ono be chedem no I can't show say ai ena isi no onto aba no na elections are won at the polling stations afidie wo enemo court no catch Ghana for say elections are won at the polling station no and net the NDC for win election polling station amosimo ntia say ensan kan bio because elections are won at the polling station whereby your party wins the elections. If your party doesn't win the elections at the polling station, then it means that elections cannot be won They cannot be won at the polling stations. They are only won at the polling stations only if your party wins. So all party mean dia ye recollation, ye retabulation after declaration. But all party nya be win dia there be elections are won at the polling stations. Now all down to abetra be can't ye say ye enjoy sankofo moment now. And say ye pamo omo enye NDC enotion say or pamo obi efri ono de obi abese wo say o meye NDC bidding fama no there be da o pamo na fri wo senia yankoto aba na enkofon wotwe nkowu yankoto aba na yanka ntre wo say aba no we yawini na yapagya ne nsa yapon obi akofia kwakoda ade tia Michael Queen na ankasa ade atum se walusu wase sika bato de nyankopon asese o se sika no anku enipa bia nyede enu nipa ade atum se walusu elections na wi yekoda sore ya isi abase de bi wanusu elections no yebesa kan foforo yenua onumunyamfo Samuel Aboagye ewo Boase East wini election no convincingly. Ama Samuel Aboagye ono na ewo coalition center ho or then signature to wade na se NPP ni no olusu o Boase East no ono so wo bi e no no asan ye enye omo agents ne san yo omo anesin san ye ade chenye a there bi Boase East de eyede na NDC for wini enti yempe kwan bia so ne endane abano mesi on se NDC for ebetumi de parliamentary seat bia akodi MPP for ache ba mesi Boase East for member of parliament Samuel Aboagye aye no all representing NDC aman impesua so for there. Say NDC for the seats bia becha enyo Boase East. And no. Oh, eni yeni NDC for nyina bewu. Eno nko ade. Anke yeni NDC bewu. Hey, ye betimi the seats bia che. Enye me ya. Boase East say abrantie we etimi aye adwuma ewo obi fie ama obi fie fo apono tomi kwa benya de say fancy Accra de too cosmopolitan inti nipa de intimi sisa baby a Samuel Aboagye win elections no nipa de nsesa wo ho ini se nipa etimi asesa na adwen na o matumi ato aba ama ene NDC etimi sign NPP ho ewo Boase East NPP na fie ebetimi bi ache but yem fan cheda intina me se Boase for monka mo akoma ntom yem ye ne ton do mahama maamo ye ne ton Samuel Aboagye de maamo ye se mu seat no enkodi babia da mu seat no enkodi babia da se do me kwa benya omo age hey all the mandamus or the damus or munalus or mufasa or all the moves bia be court bia no NPP enwini. The Electoral Commission has no mandate or whatsoever. After a declaration, Electoral Commission declared be ria. Onimre bia okromu ho se obetimi ede ye recollation and na say retabulation. Adeɛ no a electoral commission hyɛ say all ye no a criminal, and we will push say Mensa and Bossman Asare will be punished severely. They will be punished severely for unlawful act. No. Me say Mensa, Bossman Asare, ene hwan tete, ena Dr. Kwakunua, almost say ye. They will prove to us from the law and the constitution of Ghana say fa to mean omo. And you know that sad decision now for take can plunge the whole country into some unquenchable distraction. Sad decision and a felony. Say me take a decision there, it put the entire country at a risk. Ebe to me say or mining in a felony, and it has to be dealt with that kind of iron fist. Bossman Asare, Mensa, I swear, they will prove to us from the constitution. To me, almost say, you declare will be real. Is no what said them. Is no what said them. Be catch say there be or sako a collation for. Where does say agent any ho. You say ye kind now agent ni ho so ho and no cannot stop the process. Ye declare re na ye see asumesi na awini na won tiasia. Wait until the results is gazetted. If the result is gazetted, then you go to courts, I think after 21 days. And it is only the High Court. And now, you take a decision of polling station, it is only the High Court and a solve dispute concerning parliamentary seats. Not even the EC. The EC is only the organizer. It is just the organizer. You are only organizing elections. Even security, it is not the EC that protects or provides security during elections. Would you hear say ballot papers, ballot boxes, BVDs, facial recognition machines, why? And go for presiding officers. That's it. Namodi ewa Ekwanya any to me omo fast one. Ya declare obi ade ewie. Omo be prove the akyere. The way that lady asked Bossman Asare say CI 127 no ehemfa ene ma osa to me no. Okoko to Ghana constitution ni say me ye madwuma na me nyenwie ya me am to me polish no. Well to me polish no. But our polishing no ending whereby why year declaration. Declaration in say what submitted results na the Amagana for we. So you cannot come back and tell us say nipa no aye name no. Like they said yeah, but we have consider defeat no. The same thing Anna Makoko enia eneba no Makoko junior no also consider defeat or consider we intinanke da ho na ba omi aba say there be abano me consider intem dodo na me hwehwe mu no enwoma bebre ankobon anko ye nti no yen san quality adini nyina eno Mensa obetumi aye se wuntumi nye ne saa. And before say wo ba no obi edituo besi uso obi dituo besi uso there be obi amfa tuo ensi oboase force will be amfetu ensi o members ni bia so ntie dey. And even if obi the two obesi wo so a, they also had the chance to protect the state. Say whether say ube kumio unkumio, I will not declare you. I want the mandate or the verdict of the people to stand. I said to me, I want the verdict of the people to stand. How then should I believe? Some individual and say, or be catch him say, he or she declared the election under duress. Then you expect me to swallow it hook, line, and sinker? Which you my memo last time na mon fan che mo abi na yenko yanim 0240258269 che wa bin kakra bi fa ho we dey a friend say last green se Ghana for nkra de mo re ye re mo awi matinyanye official program no ebeba maybe in the course of the days ahead of us no inti number no na media to dwa no obetimi aba no abekire wa adwen obetimi aba no abekire wa adwen wait me about hey one more farm brunya de ma and more famra wait me after better wa be on fa brunya de ma ya fa brunya de ne bra me gene tem sisi a ti wo person che wa de abetimi afre no wa che wa adwen oba me so 2025 enya afi na me chiao nuanom aya mo madwuma ne ye den wo se wo frɛ a eche untimi mu nwrem wo bowrem nso a nse se wo beka wa asem no ena nkotumi chiao ma betna ha se me yare a me ma me ho nye den a me ha me ka sama mitinya me ya me betna ha pe na eche se me ho ye intina me te ha so ti ase nti so ba me nuanom ko wa asem no so point pa afi no ba ena nkoto wo te sei enkoto me chiao good evening time baby I wanna hear good evening. Ebia na hear good evening wa. So na me chon. Inti enchia no e waste time. Enchia no waste time. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Sama make an idea ni.
Oh, I need ya friend kwa de si achia wo. Ese onya bokrebe ma.
Matias ye, but unse eno no.
Enchia ni de ensese unkwa de achia o me mecha ma me pincha me na.
Mati eye koso. Eye.
Yeah. Me masa ba bese be kan se o. I won't say and the Mensa And Bossman be announce your friend say Dobi Kwabinya. All because say security agencies number not here say Nyadiombe providing the security for any rerun election PR. So what I see, that is the reason or reason yentem ebe declare a honor. Because will say
stories.
Stories, of course, stories. And one who Jane Mensa say or since or year the program or year 12, I want to say Wakasa Asarida, but then or Casa won't say they are what or ye said the Baya Ubiabi who say or ye innocent were there or better or yet innocent or baby.
One is so innocent. Sure.
When you mean ye,
that's minia. That's a pa. So, yeah, my main kind stories now. I'm better now, Juana. Mensa and catch him here. Stories are Omoka. Stories need be new. The Electoral Commission, EC, has declared Faustina Electoral Akrugu as the member of parliament elect for Domikwabinya constituency following the resolution of contentious electoral issues. At an emergency meeting of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, the IPAC, on Tuesday, December 31, 2024, EC Chairperson Jane Mensa affirmed that the electoral process in the constituency had come to a conclusion, emphasizing that the outcome unequivocally reflected the will of the people as expressed during the polls. Today, the Commission is pleased to note that it has concluded proceedings and collations in the Don Kwabinya constituency, she said. It has gone full circle, and we are convinced without shadow of doubt that the outcome reflects the will of the people as expressed in the polls, she added. Jane Mensa further clarified, our interest is not to make any precedent. It is to ensure that our outcome and our process guarantee that the people's choice is upheld. So, we are happy to note that we have come to full circle today, and the outcome of that election has been confirmed as legitimate, the choice of the people. The EC chair explained that the challenges surrounding the Abokobi Women's Training Center polling station were resolved after a thorough investigation. Polling station sheets, which neither of the parties had, were for the Abokobi Women's Training Center. In the attempt to recollect our officer, in the attempt to recollect, our officer had brought a pink sheet for the Abokobi Women's Training Center, but it bore the word training on it, and it was a presidential pink sheet. Stories be brief. In the Commission's view, a training pink sheet had no business at the polling station on election day. Upon scrutiny, the Commission was of the opinion that it could not be accepted. It is important to note that both the NDC and the NPP also did not have any evidence. Neither party had the pink sheet to confirm whether what was written on the training sheet was legitimate and accurate. In the interest of fairness, the Commission felt it was proper to rerun the election for that particular polling station to ensure fairness, she explained. The EC chairperson reiterated that the Commission's interest was not in declaring any precedent, but rather in ensuring credible, transparent elections. We have always maintained as a Commission that our interest is not to make anybody a precedent, she stated. This is something we have said across the board to all our officers. Our interest is to conduct credible and transparent elections that are fair and ensure that the will of the people, as expressed at the polls, is upheld. Stories. She further explained that during the meeting with the party representative, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, agreed with the decision to rerun, while the NPP expressed concern due to their agents not being present during collation. Once neither party had the pink sheets to confirm and both agreed, we concluded at the meeting that a rerun should be held. At that meeting, the NDC agreed with the idea to have a rerun, while the NPP expressed concern, arguing that their agent had left the center and had not participated in the collation. Therefore, they wanted the Commission to start the collation afresh, she pointed out. Jane Mensa also disclosed that the Commission had received all pink sheets from 369 polling stations, which had been cross-checked and found to be accurate, except for one missing sheet from the Abokobi Women's Training Center. That is why we took the decision to have a rerun, and this, as I said, was agreed upon by NDC. Since then, the Commission has conducted further investigation to clarify the situation surrounding the training pink sheet. 2 days ago, we had a light bulb moment. Why not go beyond dealing with the parties, the party agents at the coalition center, as they had not been able to provide the information we need? Why not investigate on the grounds and look out for the agents at the Abokobi Training Center? We took steps, reached out to the parties, and were able to do that. The presiding officer was out of town, but we managed to contact her and ask her to return to Accra to answer a few questions. This morning, we met with her, and she explained how she came to use the pink sheet for presidential training with the word training stamped on it. It is important to note that she did not have this training sheet with her on election day, she explained. Contrary to claims made in the media, Jane Mensa emphasized that the training sheet was not signed by party agents. The question has been asked. It's the ET sheet. Why are they not using it? Training sheets have no place at the polling station, and that's why we're not using them. It was a parliamentary pink sheet, even though it was labeled as training. It was for the presidential elections, and it was not signed by any of the party agents. She further explained that the presiding officer had organized that the presiding officer had recognized that she did not have the parliamentary pink sheet. Instead, she had the presidential sheet. She, that is the presiding officer, tallied everything on paper. Both agents of the NPP and the NDC confirmed figures and agreed to go to the coalition center to obtain a copy of the parliamentary pink sheet. Once there, they were informed to go to the district. Once there, they were informed to go to the district office. On their way there, unfortunately, they were accosted by some thugs who threatened their lives, and the presiding officer fled. The good news is that she had the sheets in her bag, but she fled. The agent also dispersed, so none of them had the results. The declaration now puts an end to the heated contest over the seats between the NDC and NPP in the constituency. Anansesem inti yeto abani wiye na ababaawa no o baby okoye no hwe anansesem esiso yesesaswa o di Mensa akohwefo wemu na nana jantoa waye wa bodwe sese yema omuntra anansesem a o ka kire yi ya to aba on the 7th and na 31st afi ena watimi a contact o presiding officer na wo call for recollation. What was the first thing? The first thing that these people could have done or should have done was to call the presiding officer, because or no, and there was or render accounts and your political parties. Because after the enimguasiano, I like the crass incompetence. These people, they are the batch of these AC people. Your friend BB said they are arsoning. The case will be arsoning out here. Say, just will be a word Jimmy extremely stupid, crass stupidity. Look at the arsoning story or catch. The arsenal stories and all country. In cross the same way na all country. Me and then me that one me read this story. Now I'm saying the story we know better now say na all country Ghana for. And Nancy sem na all country. Ntimu ko ye rerun no. Mo ye rerun ni wie ya. Mo ye rerun ni wie ya. Na afi no. Presiding member na ba no abeka kire say, "Oh, na results no. Na pink sheet no mo dey ban. Almost shada na mo yes how. It was deliberate. Tin am say, o me arsenal. Just say, o mo Jimmy stupid crass. O my say nempie bovine. Only bovine. Bovine nempie ye ka say wo ye bovine ten no so wo ye nempie Jimmy. Nanka nempie Jimmy ya. Anka small boy emfa nempie ko slaughterhouse me enkoku no. Na ponchen catch na mpie say wa Jimmy o kakraka we no ama small boy we atwe trede edu akowura ho me this kind ato minimum bovine bunch of people and into no hin catch say Bossman Asare no any a friend say Professor Jampo or say Bossman Asare on or ye napo of the EC a Jimmy for kwa Nancy stories into se nipa ko wu ya na wo achacha hwe oba bi ni na achacha hwe na achacha bi e we mfa kra sa di Mensa no anya achacha fo ne mani sa no anya se bi a me o we mfa kra let me try and get that video na o bebo oman no with your achacha jo achacha sa the video no kra we mfa. Can't find that video. Where is it? Where is it? Oh.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Electoral and the signing of the fourth presidential elections East Part. This afternoon we have a late moderator for this higher time democracy. He is also the Dean of the School of Engineering. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Electoral and the signing of the fourth presidential elections East Part. This afternoon we have a late moderator for this higher time democracy. He is also the Dean.
Tell me, and the phone, the right side, no. Think I need papa be wu. Sabi. Bibi na e bibi o. Ken papa be wu. Ama achacha atenase. Yes, he, mama ncho bibi an, mama ncho bibi. Hwe o bobra na on boniye. Se wo ye ni frani o, wo ye bafan o, wo ye de ya. O ya ade a yeniye enya ade ma ne nye nipa ya. O ya ade ma ne ye nipa ya on. Ade e wo ho a wu ni control wo so no, eni na nipa beka amana ye oya. Sama foto na ana say achecha de nye. Yes. Enu nti na wo tiwi ase a menko ye obi ade ma ne nye ne ya. Because wo ye obi ade ma ne ye ne ya. Ade a wu ni control wo so no. Aye wo ho no, enu na nipa beka. dia fa wo. Just get it straight. Hwe nipa no nam ho no, hwe achacha no nam ho. O mani pasu no jo achacha. Obeka stories we edi atre na ya je edi. Me am so bi am free bi odi a ate man checking we. Ye ma time obi am free bi odi a de be see ase na akope baby na yatna. Hello. Minia, Fambrunya de mame, me number ne da ono, Fambrunya de mame, min pekasa. Wa be frame bia, o be man brunya de.
New Year na me expect to be ba me yedi. What you cook go mu what? Master breastfeeding.
Send it, yes, mame, send it £10,000, no dollars, mame, see ya fast. Mate, koso.
So now the expect to be breastfeeding and cook on brush or the any kind of remember about Mama Kitty, Charlie. Your bird, my man, it's not easy, but I mean, a dream may be a bed go by one of cry one at Mama Eduma. The most important thing is Yadia mine, or man or mupu, or mumpu, Yadi. The total and gross is respected. Some Kasiaku will the money per se. If you don't belong to their party, you are not considered Ghanaian. Some Kasiaku nephew. Now, said your mama Kayano, it's now time there will be accountability. You see, Mama Yensheno, the first 6 months, no appointment of a man or more appointees or appointed. I mean, already know, or I know starting and no while passing mark no over 97%. 80 years the way forward. Kunubi now, Obi Pia, Wafagan, and Tekua Nasimwa. That person must be held accountable and responsible or manner or body from them. It is immense that will be no more on train, ma, Obi and Kate your resign. But now, and can I send the resignation letter? But that's what I did because I mean, a good one gone, as on them there. Obi and Obi from judicial to EC to one, we need to sanitize the system. Omupu, or say battle. Thank you, bro. Everybody be Admano. Titu, when it can be tell a name, free my name, if you for no run for cable at a name, or more Magaka. Mambo Duma, ye, I don't know. Anyway, happy new year. I hope some of the Maslam with your cry. I've been here, Baby Kum. we have less than a week to go for the inauguration. After inauguration, I feel that you might be an best. Now, make a Ghana for.
What can you name when we see a cacra of a saka?
Me the man who's bro. A man you them now, yeah, back because you bring you crew my feet or more when you're teaching. And yet, individuals, they get involved in politics. They, strengthen their own leaders. They bring them on the proper path. And she says, here in a year to say, your manager, and yet you meet to move, and yet you determine through and yet or men in the past, sorry. But a young Casa young put to only a destiny because politics is all about destiny. Said the IAM or Hokwano, they always gonna consider their interest first. They say, I just say your interest first, yeah. Mobile coming together, not. How much you only say? Yen getting involved. They be koya. Yen monabaso. Baby, all tea and I are near Chinese. Yen more. Yen photo. Mona promises of mama. Or Monte River. That's how it stands everywhere. And he says, yeah, Ghana for about the right path, especially the youth. Oma yen in a support to papa. None near my papa or peso yen the boy yen in Kilimano. Emrem, the American. No more favoritism, nepotism. Tribalism or whatever. And you Ghana first. We are Ghanaians before anything else. Yeah, Shana, bro.
Okay, you said that's it. So I can't cramp on no. Hey, Bibini. Engineer, yeah, the basic I say, Yabba memo be unsure. Nepotism, Nasa now kind. Mahama now no solve side issue, no. Intino, say, Obi say, Mahama neighbor. Na oba or the obi abenya position a eno no ka kire o mo se wa fi se wo beji position bi no agro na ye de e wo wani so position bi e ni hono mo a oba ba beji enti no asemina na Mahama Khan wa has I think say ni
say that least say that let me say that I don't have any list, and so for those of them who were referred to by General as having chosen their positions, you may be very, very deeply disappointed. Thank you very much.
Let me know to know some. Nepotism, idiot. So if we say, oh, Adam for into a better position amount, yeah, as I know, I can't tell you, you may be very, very, very disappointed. So they say, you'll be see that offer Bishiano, you'll be Sankasa, your crow. Bye bye.
Senior handkerchief, no, tomato red handkerchief. The Messuma, so I say, never about coffee, but we are Ghana. No, I be pay by freaking me.